time is 7:30 p.m. Good evening. The news headline. Some bandits have been arrested. Many weapons also seized as the Joint Task Force keep bombing their hideouts. The news in full. It is no longer a new development that the federal military troops have been launching both aerial and ground strikes on the bandits in their forest hideouts in Zamfara state since the past few days, and the operations have been leading up to expectations. This is as many criminals have been killed in the same vein that their shelters and strongholds are falling into ruins and ash from being razed down. It all started as the bandits tended to go out of control with their increasing dreadful daily attacks on society and the citizens. By so doing, they kidnapped, killed, destroyed, and robbed with delight, and as they continue to wreak havoc on others, they have seemingly adopted three modus operandi. They are: number one, frequent evasions of schools and kidnapping of students with regard to their age and cadre, as they have raided and kidnapped even primary schools and their pupils. Attacking government-owned facilities. Examples are their shooting down of one of the country's fighter aircraft as it was merely flying past their hideout in the forest. Another was the recent attack on the highly revered Nigerian Defense Academy (NDA) in Kaduna. In this incident, they reportedly killed two military officers, injured two with gunshots, and took one hostage and have not yet released him till now. Number three, specifically assassinating military personnel. Examples are Major General Hassan Ahmed, who was shot dead in Abuja, and Captain Abdurrahim Bala Naala, whom they strangled to death in his bedroom in GRA Malia district of Kaduna. The list of these recent unlawful and inhuman activities of the bandits is inexhaustible, and as government has been clamping down on them directly in their Zamfara forest hideout and strongholds, scores of them have been killed, many injured, and some arrested, although a handful of them allegedly escaped. Another major success that have been recorded by the military forces is the recovery of many weapons of assaulted types during their sustained onslaught on the bandits' hideouts. The question now, as some members of the public have been asking, is what difference does it make to arrest the bandits when they will also be set free in guise of granting them amnesty like Boko Haram terrorists? The news is quite simple, and the analysis is as follows: that the new development that the federal military troops have been launching aerial attacks and also ground attacks on the bandits in their hideouts forest in Zamfara state since the past few days. And this is quite relevant too, because just of recent, one of the Boko Haram members that is actually on the wanted list of the security agencies was also caught of recent, where they went to their hideout, bombarded the place, and caught them, and also retrieved some IEDs, explosives that are being used by these terrorists. And it is quite a good news because the operations have actually been leading up to expectations, as a whole lot of Nigerians and the prominent figures has been clamoring for. And this, as many of the criminals have been killed, and in the same vein that their shelters and strongholds have actually been ruined and most of them burned down into ashes. We could see of recent where the military did a video of about 50 of these bandits being shot dead mercilessly, and this is the aggressive approach that the citizens of the country have been looking forward to, by making sure that these people that are inflicting pains on them, maiming, killing, raping, and doing a whole lot of injustice to the unarmed citizens, that are going to be taken down and killed mercilessly as well. And it is quite appreciating that the military are doing their best and have launched aerial and ground attacks on these terrorists that are killing unarmed citizens. Just of recent now, the military have actually increased their dreadful daily attacks and also number one, their invasion of the schools and kidnapping of students without regards to their age, and Kedah, as they have been raped, raided, kidnapped, even primary school students, and that the military can actually bring them down, and even some of them surrendering, both themselves and their families in hundreds, because of the way that the military people are actually killing them of recent and destroying all of their hideouts. However, the havoc that these people have caused, is so enormous that they really need to face the wrath of the security agencies and this military attacks, because they've attacked government-owned facilities. An example is shooting down the country's fighter aircraft that was flying past one of their hideouts in the forest, and a whole lot of people lost their lives in this process. And even the NDA attack, the Defense Academy attack at Kaduna, that they actually passed a whole lot of checkouts, hideouts, and they killed about 2 high-ranked officers, and also abducted one Major Datong, and in asking for a whole lot of ransoms from the military. And up to date, there has been no feedback on what is happening to Major Datong. Perhaps he has been killed, or perhaps rumors has it that perhaps he has been killed, but we don't know yet. All these things are actually they're actually painting and denting the image of the country, especially internationally, and that is why the UK of recent has said that the citizens of their country should be quite careful in how they migrate around the country, specifying that there are some countries that you should not access, and if at all they are going to be doing that, it should be during daylight. And all these things are denting the image of the country because of all these unlawful and inhuman activities of these terrorists, and also the military forces have been recovering many weapons from these people, as they are killing them and destroying their hideouts. Also, the major issue now that is of concern to the nation is that despite the manner of which this military are launching aerial and ground attacks at these bandits and terrorists of the country, which is quite what everyone is actually hoping for, the question now is if the military would not still, at the end of the day, grant them amnesty, because what is the essence of surrendering and arresting these people if they are not being prosecuted, to serve as a deterrent to others that are actually still doing or perpetrating this evil act? So that is what the people are concerned of now. They want to see these people being legally prosecuted and convicted of all their inhumane and dreadful acts on the unarmed citizens of the country. The time is 7:39 p.m. Good evening. Thanks for listening.